You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
All right, guys, we're going to be talking about the UFC and Bud Light. As you guys know, Dana White announced a $100 million deal with Bud Light. Over 6 years, Bud Light, who has been struggling, down 30%, and they have not recovered from the Dylan Mulvaney disaster. It's not looking good right now. And I believe that this deal, this 6-year deal that they're actually going to pay to the UFC, this is a last stand. This is a panic move to get back into the good graces of the conservatives that actually left. And the vast majority of fans of the UFC are conservatives. Dana White, if he actually does, stick by his guns, allowing his fighters to say whatever they want to say, then this could actually be bad news for the woke Bud Light, the woke version of Bud Light. They're panicking, man. And really, Bud Light, Anheuser-Busch, they're not in a position to actually, keep doing what they've been doing, starting to go woke. It's not going to work. And I believe, man, that this deal, like I said, with the UFC, this is a last stand. Modelo has already eclipsed Bud Light as the number one beer in America. They're panicking over there at Anheuser-Busch. They're panicking at Bud Light. Dana White has caught a lot of heat from UFC fans. The boycott is on right now. But when it comes to the fighters in the UFC, for the most part, they're not woke. They're not woke. They're not like the NBA. They're not like some NFL players. They're not like some MLB players. UFC has been anti-woke. And if Dana White still allows his fighters to actually say whatever they want to say, this could be bad news for the woke version of Bud Light. That actually brings us to UFC middleweight champion Sean Strickland. Because now, guys, he has put Bud Light on notice. And this could actually backfire for woke Bud Light. He's putting them to the test. Now, if you guys have actually been following on Sean Strickland, when it comes to the trans issue, he is not a fan at all. And we need to react to a video that he put out, I believe, on Instagram. And you would actually think he's actually praising Bud Light. In a way, yes, but not really. Because this is going to be a test here on Bud Light to see where they truly stand. Do they truly want their business back, their customers to come back? Or are they still going to play the games of being woke? This is what Sean Strickland has pretty much come out and said. He says that he wants to fix Bud Light. Look at this on Outkick. Sean Strickland shares blunt message after Bud Light UFC deal. I believe he's the first fighter that's actually come out and said anything. There may have been other fighters, but I wasn't really sure. But he gets right to the point. The man is not a fan of the trans agenda. And obviously, Bud Light, they've been a fan of it. But he has vowed that he will not back down on his comments. Actually, you know what? He's going to double down even more now. Now that UFC actually has a deal in place with Bud Light. So, will UFC actually have the courage to actually back him on what he says? As in, like if he come out and says something and the wokes don't like it, will Bud Light actually try to get out of the UFC deal? That is what he's pushing right here, because he's basically saying he will not be silent. He's actually saying he wants a Bud Light sponsorship himself. Yeah. So let's go ahead and get into this. Sean Strickland is ready to give Bud Light a shot, but he thinks the company absolutely messed up by partnering with Dylan Mulvaney. The Anheuser-Busch light beer brand recently struck a massive deal with the UFC to replace Modelo as the official drink of Dana White's organization. The move has been seen by many as an attempt to get back in the good graces of former customers who dropped Bud Light after the Mulvaney promo. And I do believe that is the case. I do believe that's the case. But let's go ahead and watch this clip here of Sean Strickland commenting on the deal with Bud Light. Listen in.
So guys, I'm on my way to training, and I just found out Bud Light's a new sponsor. And goddamn, I applaud you guys. I am so fucking proud of you guys for doing the right things after that fuck up. You know how I feel about transgenders. I go fucking hard. Just what I do. I'm the biggest advocate of biological females. If I said my views on transgenders, I would get kicked off Instagram. But I could not fucking wait to pick up a big old fucking Bud Light can and fix you, Bud Light, because you guys are doing the right fucking thing. I, Sean Strickland, a representation of the American people, are gonna fix you, Bud Light. Thank you for giving me money. Thank you for supporting my platform. I'm gonna help you guys.
Yeah, he's going to support them and fix them by doubling down on his criticism of the agenda. So, Bud Light, you got a choice. This is what he's saying. Back me, back my comments, or cancel me. Cancel the deal with UFC. He's not going to back down. Now, down here, look at this here. He puts out, I really want a Bud Light sponsorship. Yes, I like money, but I think it's a story of redemption. Either way, I'll go so hard on them my next fight, and they will have to accept me or denounce me. Then we will know what they stand for. Yeah. So he's going to come out. I don't know exactly when his next fight is. Not really sure. And he's basically telling Bud Light, hey, are you with me or are you against me? Because if you're with me, then maybe you'll actually get some customers back. But if they show that they're not down with his comments or anything like that, then oh boy, it could be really, really bad news for Bud Light. They probably won't get a single customer to actually come back. Now, he's made comments on transgenders, stuff that we really can't talk about here. But you guys know how we actually feel about the whole thing. And in UFC, man, a lot of the customer base is on the right. They're on the right. So Sean Strickland's actually giving Bud Light a chance, but it's not in the way the Wokes would actually like it. I'm pretty sure when he actually comes out and he makes some comments that are anti-woke, the Wokes are going to be outraged, and the Wokes are going to be pressuring Bud Light to, hey, pull the sponsorship with UFC. That's what they're going to be doing. But I don't think that Bud Light is going to be in a position for it. He knows this. Sean Strickland knows that Bud Light is struggling. They're going to have to get on board with whatever he says. And that'll be something, man, if he actually gets a personal sponsorship, with Bud Light, or if he actually starts doing commercials with Bud Light, similar to Travis Kelce or Dak or something like that. It's going to be interesting because he's not going to back down. He's going to double down on his comments about the alphabet agenda. And we'll have to see what actually happens with Bud Light. Do they have the courage to actually, not say anything, back him up, stay with the deal? Or will they actually cave in to the woke mob? This is what he's talking about. This is the redemption. This is what he's talking about when he's talking about fixing Bud Light. He's not a fan of the wokeness. He's not a fan of what they actually did with Dylan Mulvaney. I know you guys aren't, but we'll have to see how this actually does work out. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and white sports fans, Let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. And we'll catch you next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.